guys. Happy Thursday. Just to get right into it, today you will have a writing assignment. Don't worry. Don't freak out. You're not going to have to write a whole 4-paragraph essay. You're just going to have to write maybe like a paragraph. So, in order to complete this writing assignment, we first have to read the story American Money. So, just listen and follow along. Think about a dollar bill. On it is an image of George Washington. But Washington was not always on the dollar. American money has changed over time. Continental currency. Continentals were a kind of paper money. They were used to pay for the American Revolution. But Continentals were not backed by gold or silver. After the war, they lost their worth. A new country, a new currency. If at first you don't succeed, try again. In 1785, the first United States dollars were made. The first pennies were made in 1793. These pennies showed a woman with long hair. She stood for freedom. President Lincoln is on the penny we use today. Other presidents are on our money also. George Washington is on the quarter. Thomas Jefferson is on the nickel. Andrew Jackson is on the $20 bill. Honoring great Americans. Ben Franklin is on the $100 bill. He was a writer and leader. He is known for his love of science. Sacagawea was a Native American woman. She helped Lewis and Clark reach the west coast of North America. She is on a special dollar coin. Free banking era. A good name is better than riches. In 1836, any bank could print money called banknotes. Some banks did not have any gold or silver to back up the dollars they made. Too many banks made their own dollars. A dollar from Maine might not be worth much in New York. The dollars might be different sizes. They might be different colors too. One proverb says, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." Some Americans had dollars only from one bank. These dollars lost their worth. Greenbacks. And before we read, look at this cool text feature that is included in this text. So, this is a timeline, and it says that in 1775, one of the first Continentals were printed. 1837, an $8 New Jersey banknote was made. 1862, greenbacks were printed from 1861 all the way to 1929. In 1929, we got the Lincoln penny. And this is a little bit outdated. We are not in 2013, we are in 2020, and we got today's dollar bill. In 1861, the first greenbacks were made. These were made with green ink. $5, $10, and $20 bills were the first greenbacks. They were the same in all the states. Americans liked using greenbacks. Later, $1, $2, $50, $100, $500, and $1,000 bills were made. George Washington was first seen on the dollar in 1862. The North used greenbacks during the Civil War. The South made its own money to pay for the war, but they did not have much gold or silver. History repeats itself. The North won the war. Money in the South lost its worth. American money today. The dollars we use today are still green. They are not as big as greenbacks were. Who knows what our money will look like in 100 years? Okay, so let's go over the writing assignment that you guys will have to do today. Okay, and I'm going to pull this up here so I can write and explain it. So we just read American Money. Basically, your writing assignment, you're going to have to just finish what is already there for you. So, if you look at the source that I sent you guys on Remind that explains the writing assignment, it gives you a topic sentence already. It says, In American Money, the author does a good job good job using text features. By including a timeline which we dissected together. And you guys are going to copy all of this over because you're just going to add on to this. So by including a timeline to show information about the history of money in a visual way. The text describes how, so at this point, this is where you are writing on your own. You're just going to tell me what the text describes. Okay, we went through the whole story together, and if you need to rewind this video, go ahead and do that. Just give me here like about 2 or 3 sentences that, you know, that shows what the text describes. Okay, you're just including evidence from the story, from the passage, that tells me what the text describes. After you tell me what the text describes, you're going to wrap up your paragraph. You're going to say, I thought the author's use of the timeline was, and tell me what you think about the timeline. So just let me finish writing this so I can continue explaining. So I thought the author's use of the timeline and then give me like 1 or 2 sentences that share your opinion on the timeline. What do you think? Was it helpful? How if it was helpful, how did it help you? If it wasn't helpful, why not? You're just sharing your opinion on the timeline. So your whole assignment would kind of look like this. You're just filling in the gaps. Okay? So in American Money, the author does a good job using text features by including a timeline to show information about the history of money in a visual way. The text describes how, put in the information, put in the evidence of what the text describes, and then finish it. I thought the author's use of the timeline was, here you put your opinion. Okay? This would be today's writing assignment. So, and let me just, for today, as a little recap, we read this story. You were supposed to, for today, complete the writing activity that I just explained, do your phonics practice, page 172, and work on your iReady lessons. Like I've said in every video this week, do your blue lessons first. If at this point you finished all your blue lessons, you're going to work on the green lessons now. And your goal at this point should be just to finish your weekly minutes.